الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أحبتي بالله, my dear brothers and sisters, what's the ruling of somebody rejected one hadith that was authentic? What do you think about this? Just rejected one hadith. What's the ruling behind it? If he rejected out of knowledge, because of, he found like some appear contradiction might be with other stronger hadith or with an ayah, or there is a illah, there is a reason behind it. That's understood and that's fine. And as I mentioned in one time that, our mother Ishaa, she rejected multiple ahadith that she heard, and she has reasons for that. And none of the Sahaba or the followers, they said any word against her. They might have different standing and different opinion, but they never accuse her of anything, because she was not doing it out of hawa and just because of no reason or just because of her desire or lack of knowledge. No, if then we differentiate between somebody has a kind of analysis, has a way to look at it, and he is part of the people of knowledge, and because of that, he said that is not authentic in my opinion for that reason, or that has a illah, or has any kind of those that are related to ilm al-hadith, he will look at it in a different way. Maybe it's authentic according to somebody, but it's not authentic according to him. That's a da'if, for that in that person. And that could happen, But if he just rejecting the hadith with no reason, that's a big problem. We have nowadays people accusing, for example, Al-Bukhari. And they say that's nothing. They are accusing a book that all scholars, the qualified scholars of our ummah agreed upon. Now if somebody would say, okay, there are some hadiths in Bukhari, could be interpreted this way, it could be not that strong, where not reach the level of sihha, it might be less, that's good understood. In Al-Bukhari صحيح باعتبار الجل ليس اعتبار الكل. Yeah, there are some ahadith in Bukhari, for example. Some scholars, they highlight about some of the points in those hadiths. But that's understood. Because you cannot say there's a perfection in there. And even these comments, other scholars clarified. But still, there are some scholars, they talk about it, okay? Which understood, that is fine. But rejecting all of that, that's a trend nowadays, where people following what is called Quraniyun. Have you heard about Quraniyun? Nowadays, it's increasing. And no surprising, even in our community. There are some people are openly saying that, and some people are, indirectly. They've been influenced by, those people. And if somebody rejecting Sunnah, the entire Sunnah, or even some ahadith with no knowledge, just because of hawa, that person, it might have bad end, as mentioned in the Quran. فَلْيَحْذَرِ الَّذِينَ يُخَالِفُونَ عَنْ أَمْرِهِ أَن تُصِيبَهُمْ فِتْنَةٌ أَوْ يُصِيبَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. This is out of love that I advise anybody that should not really rejecting the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are lucky that the ummah, that we have narration about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about our Prophet, in a way that as if we can see him, as if we are like sitting with him. We are lucky in that sense. Thousands of hadith that told us how he lived and how he was talking, how he was walking, and all of his advices. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used those scholars to select what is acceptable, what is not. So instead of we appreciate, we find some people nowadays, they are questioning the sunnah. And by the way, those scholars convey for us, the sunnah are the same, those people, they convey the Quran to us. It's the same people. So if you're accusing those ones, you're accusing, even how the Quran reach us and how we receive it. I don't want to go into that one, but out of the love for them, we have to understand, those people, they're questioning the sunnah and they're rejecting the sunnah for no reason. That's a major things that it might lead to bad end. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man ata'ani dakhala al-jannah wa man asani faqad aba." Whomever obey me, he will enter Jannah, and whoever disobey me, that's the one he rejected. Actually, he said, "Man ata'ani dakhala al-jannah wa man asani faqad aba." So the Sahaba, they asked, وَمَنْ يَأْبَ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. In the hadith, actually, he said, كُلُّ أُمَّتِ يَدْخُلُونَ الْجَنَّةِ إِلَّا مَنْ أَبَى. All my ummah will enter Jannah. All my ummah. Except the one he rejected. So the Sahaba said, who would reject? So then the Prophet said, whomever obey me, the one he will enter Jannah. And the one he rejected, the one he disobeyed me, he's the one he rejected. So the one he rejected the sunnah, he's not going to be among the liwa, among the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as the Prophet himself mentioned. The Prophet will be there, mu'iduna, our meeting with him at the Hawd. And when we're coming at the Hawd, there are some people, they will come forward and the angels will hold them. And the Prophet ﷺ will say, those among my ummah. The angels will say, no, you don't know what they have done after you. لا تدري ما أحدثوا بعدك. They are not belong to you. So any person rejecting even one hadith with no knowledge, it might be under that threat. So we have to be careful when the way we are dealing with the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. اللهم علمنا ما جهلنا وذكرنا ما نسينا وفقهنا في ديننا واجعلنا من عبادك الصالحين. آمين.